Good evening, Commonwealth. Thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Chris Nelson. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. A construction contractor is asking for a lien on the casino and the hotel over unpaid debts. Also tonight, if charges are filed in the coming months, who will be handling the case for the United States? And a man headed to Saipan on vacation gets arrested at the airport on troubles from Nevada. In sports, girls' fast pitch is a big hit and a good catch on Capitol Hill. Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
"48 hours. That's all we get in a week. But those 48 hours, we try to make them last forever. How? By filling in fast with all the right stuff. With a lot of laughter, a little drama, some adventure, and a whole lot of love."
Dad, Mom's here.
It happens pretty quick,
Bye, Dad.
but it's cool. Because the rest of the week, we talk about our plans
You want to go to the beach?
on how to make the next 48 hours last us a lifetime.
Havaday, Terwami, and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Wednesday, November the 20th, 2019. Just days after a search warrant was executed on the corporate office of Imperial Pacific, their former contractor, Pacific Rim, is asking the federal court for a lien on the casino and the property it sits on. Pacific Rim says that IPI owes them over $5 million for construction work and isn't paying. On February the 13th, 2018, Pacific Rim entered into a contract with IPI to take over the construction of the hotel and casino complex in Garapan. At the time, IPI was asking the CCC for an extension. Pacific Rim began bringing in employees from Guam. Let's take a look back now at April 26, 2018, at the Commonwealth Casino Commission meeting. Eric Poon of IPI and Keith Stewart of Pacific Rim.
What we have done so far, we have a couple workshops with the DPAC from IPI, also DPAC from the government office. So we have a couple workshops, and we're trying to get a package to propose to the government for a reasonable and feasible proposal for this license extension.
It's a long process. It is taking longer than what we originally would have thought ourselves. But as you can see when you look at the building each week, it is transforming, and you can see the work that's going on.
Pacific Rim says they furnished labor and materials in a workmanlike manner, but IPI failed to pay despite due demand. By September, the marriage was over. The companies executed a notice of mutual termination, and in their divorce settlement, IPI agreed to pay for the completed work. Colin Thompson, who represents Pacific Rim.
There was a mutual termination executed based on the fact that IPI had not been paying Pacific Rim what was owed and what was currently due on the construction contract. So the parties entered a mutual termination on that basis, and then at that time there was a promissory note executed, which was a compromise amount on the construction contract amount due, and it established a payment plan, and IPI did not meet the schedule of payments under that promissory note.
Thompson says the promissory note executed at the time was a negotiated settlement for the completed work, and some payments were initially made. Did they pay it all?
There were some payments made against the promissory note, but it was not paid in full. There's when you look at the complaints, we're alleging $5,650,000 still owing on the principal on the promissory note. The promissory note also provides for interest in the event of default and attorney's fees in the event of a dispute.
Pacific Rim is now asking for a lien on the hotel casino complex, the real property interest of IPI, and the improvements of the hotel casino. The fee simple owners of the property will also be served with a copy of the lien. Those fee simple owners include the Department of Public Lands with a lot size of 15,000 square meters, Commonwealth Investment Company with 3 lots, a piece of property owned by David Areola and others, a piece of property owned by Joaquina L.G. Sablon, and 2 lots owned by J.C. Tenorio Enterprises. The application for the lien is scheduled to be heard in federal court on December the 3rd.
We asked just for a bench trial in that, and Imperial Pacific has asked for a jury trial. We'll see how that works out as the case develops.
The search warrants signed off by Judge Mona Manglonia were requested by Assistant U.S. Attorney Eric O'Malley and U.S. Attorney Sean Anderson, who are no doubt now sifting through piles of paperwork from the search. Anderson works out of Guam. O'Malley is here and is now in his second stint at the U.S. Attorney's Office. He also previously worked at the CNMI AG's office. Tonight we take a look at the attorneys who could be making some big decisions in the coming days. The U.S. Attorney for Guam and the Northern Marianas is Sean Anderson. Anderson served as a federal prosecutor since 2003. He has extensive trial experience, including murder, kidnapping, and white-collar fraud. And he has trained attorneys in law enforcement in Guam, Saipan, Washington, Oregon, as well as in Iraq, Bangladesh, and the FSM. Eric O'Malley is the Assistant U.S. Attorney for the Northern Mariana Islands. O'Malley's biggest case so far, the prosecution of former Lieutenant Governor Tim Villagomez, who was found guilty of bribery, theft, and wire fraud for funneling CUC contracts to his sister. That was 2009. In August of 2010, O'Malley prosecuted police officer Chris Guerrero for extorting money from illegal taxi drivers. A jury found Guerrero not guilty. In 2011, O'Malley left the CNMI to work in Afghanistan. Here's an exit interview we conducted.
There's a lot of talented and ambitious young people out there, and I think I would like to see some new blood in the leadership. I think it'll be good for the Commonwealth as a whole. You know, there was a point when we were looking into the Lieutenant Governor case, and even I was thinking, you know, I hear about bad things happening, and I thought to myself, boy, somebody ought to do something about that. And I kind of realized that that somebody was probably going to have to be me, because maybe nobody else would do it. And so I think what I would like to see is the young people out there realize that they can do it and they should do it, because if they don't, maybe nobody else will.
O'Malley said today the Villagomez case was about courageous members of the community stepping up to demand accountability. From federal court to local court, our Ashley McDowell has the story of a tourist who got a bit of a surprise upon entering the Commonwealth. He no doubt thought he was coming for sun and relaxation, but a wrongdoing in the mainland might have caught up with him, and instead of sleeping at the Hyatt, he is a guest at the Susupe Hilton. Ashley?
That's right, Chris. Today in courtroom of Associate Judge Joseph Camacho, a bail and extradition hearing is held for a 56-year-old Chinese male that was arrested upon entry at the Saipan International Airport.
56-year-old Dagong Jiang has a fugitive warrant from the state of Nevada for felony fraud and theft, insufficient funds check. Jiang came from China with his wife for a vacation on Saipan when the U.S. Customs and Border Protection officer discovered Jiang is wanted on an arrest warrant.
He was caught here in the CNMI when he entered at the airport and went through immigration, where because of his passport and fingerprints, he was connected to an electronic red flag that he had a warrant out of Nevada.
Bail has been set at $346,839, and all travel documents have been confiscated. A status conference has been set for Wednesday, November 27th at 10 a.m.
And also in news, the CNMI Cannabis Commission has selected an individual to fill the position of the Managing Director. And it's the first time this job has ever existed here in the CNMI. Take a listen.
Among a pool of 13 applicants, Monique Boyer-Sablan was selected to fill the Managing Director position for the CNMI Cannabis Commission.
Knowing that there is the opportunity to create a new industry in the CNMI, I'm really excited to be able to be a part of that.
Cannabis Commission Chairwoman Nadine De Leon Guerrero says out of all the applicants, the commission felt Sablan has the most experience for the position.
She did meet all the qualifications as set forth by the law. And not only that, she had that it factor, that the commission collectively all wanted in this particular person that we were looking for. And when we thought about all the people that we were interviewing, we didn't know what to expect. But Monique just nailed it in every single aspect of what we wanted extra on top of the qualifications. She actually hit it spot on. And so for that, we're super grateful that she applied. And she's well known everywhere, and we feel like this person is like, that's what we need. We need someone who can develop a network, and not only develop, but have an existing one. And she really has that. She's got that, go-to grit, go-getter type of personality that we're also looking for, because this is something that we have to build from the ground up, and she can do it.
Today is Sablan's first day on the job, and she says she has many goals to fulfill and is excited to work with the commission throughout the process.
As the new Managing Director of the Commission, I understand that it is my duty to ensure that this new industry has a very good start. And I will do everything in my power to ensure that communication is effective, application process is effective. The communication between myself and the commission board is also effective. And I look forward to creating and building my team. Not only that, creating multiple job opportunities. One of the biggest things for me, or one of my biggest goals, is to ensure that regulation 5 years down the line continues to not only benefit in terms of public safety, but also in terms of, overall well-being of the community.
Sablan worked as a special assistant for the Youth Affairs and says she plans on implementing that experience into educating youth on the understanding of the cannabis industry and its restrictions.
As someone who used to also be a learning and development trainer, as well as the special assistant for Youth Affairs, I understand that there are reasons why there are access restrictions for those under the age of 21 years old. And it's my duty to communicate that and be able to have our youth understand why there are restrictions, as well as also educate adults in our community to ensure that they're using cannabis items or marijuana to abide by the rules and the regulations that are set forth in the law.
Part of the commission's initiative in trying to fulfill our goals and objectives is to really try and do an outreach program and an education program with the youth that can just narrow things down and really bring out what we would like to see come to fruition by educating the youth. And so because she has that prior experience, we also feel that that's another reason why we felt she was fit for the position.
Coming up, an opportunity for all who are interested in furthering their education will be happening this weekend. More details just after the break.
We all face challenges with our roofs flying off. And you know what we did is we used our connection with our service to connect with the world, to show the challenges that it is real. IT&E was definitely there for me, my family, my friends, when we most need it. Half a day, my name is Jerry Diaz. I'm in the network that works.
Winigi PHI Pharmacy in Gofadahi, Ihinim Lomo.
Our complete line of pharmaceuticals and lowest prices ensure you get the treatment that you deserve.
Our compassionate, friendly, multilingual staff will take the time to get to know you, explain your medications to you, and answer any questions that you may have.
Ngere eyor sumaye ukalweres ren, kutsu wayor safeye emal ebalisiu klalyam weres.
Inumin ng inyong gamot ayon sa inireseta ng inyong doktor at alinsunod sa bilin ng inyong pharmaceutical.
We accept most insurance, but in case you don't have coverage, we offer cost-effective generic drugs.
PHI Pharmacy, your lifelong partner in health. PHI, the pharmacy you can trust.
Welcome back to the Wednesday night edition of the Channel 2 News. The Northern Marianas College will be hosting their annual Cash for College workshop this Saturday. Sally Lemus has more.
Every year, before the spring and fall semester, NMC presents a great opportunity for aspiring college students who need financial aid.
Cash for College is one of NMC's signature event where we host it's really a one-stop shop for different scholarship information and offices. So they're held in one area, so students or anybody in the community can come in and visit like CNMI scholarship, HAFA, and find out more about private scholarships and federal scholarships that can be offered here and maybe potentially off island. They can come in, apply even on that day, submit applications that day, and even get one-on-one assistance with the representatives.
The Cash for College workshop offers a variety of scholarships.
So there are different scholarships that we'll be showcasing, and one of them is the FAFSA. And the FAFSA is really the general application that most college students should apply for, especially in terms of financial aid, because that can lead you towards different types of aid like work study, teach grant if you're an education major, and other scholarships. Of course, the local scholarships like CNMI scholarship and HAFA will be there. We have private scholarships, we have two currently that's going to be available for this school year, and it's the Tansulin Foundation. So that's funded by the Tansulin, and the Matson Navigation Scholarship by Matson. So we're very thankful and fortunate for these companies to provide assistance to our students.
NMC is encouraging interested students and members of the community to take advantage of this opportunity and to maximize the resources being presented.
College education can really help you in the long run. I mean, especially if you're looking for a promotion in your job. And I know nowadays everybody's looking for qualifications, and some qualifications require some sort of college degree. So we're here to provide that assistance to you and to the economy, really. And so don't be afraid to stop by. We're here to help you with your needs.
The Cash for College is a free event, and parents who are interested in attending may bring their kids to the Children's Center at the NMC's building J16. The event will begin at 9 a.m. and will end at 12 p.m. at the Astorlahi campus on Saipan and the NMC campus on Rhoda.
Reporting from the Northern Marianas College, I'm Sally Limits for KSPN News.
Thank you, Sally. It's the brown tree snake meeting, a way of bringing those interested in combating brown tree snakes together to share their research and ideas. And one major focus from today's discussion was the control of brown tree snakes, presented by Shane Sires, a research biologist at the USDA Island Invasives Project that's located on Guam.
Main focus is that if brown tree snakes ever do show up in the CNMI, we're going to need all the tools in our toolbox to try to combat the growth of a new population. One of the major tools we're using in Guam these days is acetaminophen as a toxicant for brown tree snake control, and it's working really well on Guam, but Guam's got very different species in its forests because of the brown tree snake predation. So we want to make sure if they were ever going to use acetaminophen as a tool for brown tree snake control in the CNMI, we want to know what other organisms might take the bait. We don't want to put any threatened or endangered species at risk, and we also want to make sure that if local rats are just eating all the baits and they're not available to brown tree snakes, it wouldn't be very useful. So we're going to investigate putting out non-toxic baits and just see what local wildlife interacts with the baits, make sure we're not putting them at risk, and that this tool would actually work for combating brown tree snakes in the CNMI.
Coming up, oh, that lovable Palau Masters League is back to Dan, man. Oh boy, KSPN2 Sports is next.
Faster, easier to use. With live TV, recordings, video on demand, and streaming apps all in a single place. When you're looking for something new, recommendations are tailored to you. Voice-powered, personalized results to find what you want faster. And the unlimited potential of smart home. The new experience from TiVo is here.
Watch the Visitors Channel online, on time, anytime at saipantv.com. Where to go, what to see, what to do. Restaurants, spas, activities, and culture. It's all in one place, in high definition, on your mobile device. saipantv.com. Check it out.
Welcome to Marianas Medical Center. We've been taking care of you and your family since 1998. We offer preventive health care services, acute and chronic care for both adults and children.
微产期以及妇科的检查
신생아 선별 검사 및 영유아 건강 검진.
Meron po kaming food handlers, green cards, school at sports clearances.
Greenig e Marianas Medical Center ma-oferece todo klaseng serbisyo para hinimli pamilya mismo siya.
We accept Medicaid, Medicare, and most private insurance plans, and we also accept individuals without any medical insurance. We're conveniently located in the JKR building on Beach Road, Garapan. Marianas Medical Center, quality health care for your entire family.
Buenas sports fans. Buenas sports fans, like a fire that won't completely die out, softball rises from the ashes of distant glory days with the resurrection of girls fastpitch and the Palau Masters League. Girls bat first.
The 670 comes together at Capitol Hill Ballpark each Saturday afternoon with smiling, fresh faces and kids learning how to throw the ball to the road. And watch out for foul balls! In the NSA Fast Pitch League for girls aged 12 to 17. Defending champion Patriots taking the lead over the Niners. And there's a swinging K for the Niners pitcher Mardina, who wears dinners on the back of her custom uniform. Alana Sablon with the swing and a miss on a pitch that was down by her feet. Strike three. Inning was over. She couldn't believe it. Didn't want to accept it, but that's the rules. You're out of there. Niners turn. There's a 6-3 putout for Alana Sablon, who was dealing for the Patriots. She wears number 24 on the back of her uniform, same as baseball all-star catcher and her dad, Manny Sablon. One of the reasons that the Patriots dominated this league last year was due to the pitching of the right-handed Alana. There's a strikeout ending the inning as Alana sets him down 1-2-3. Chanel Espinoza with the soft grounder to Selena Rose. There's a race to the bag. Selena wins it as Chanel survives it. Let's record this video, please. Destiny Pangolin skies one to center. Mario Ogden goes out to signal the out as the Patriots go down 1-2-3 themselves. Selena, she takes one for the team, and she's not sure what to do next. She needs instructions from the umpire. And there was 2 on and nobody out. A wild pitch, and there's a run for the Niners, and they were threatening, and then this play. Mardina socks that pitch all the way to the right field fence, a stand-up double, and another run for the Niners. But they would not score again. Cass Camacho throws to Therese Camacho at third to erase the runner and their hopes. Patriots pack a powerful punch. Kiana Camacho. That's a double down on the left field line. Kiana Eldon follows with an inside the park home run. Patriots rule 23-4.
Meanwhile, 5 miles south of Capitol Hill Ballpark is Dan Dan Field, home of the Palau Softball League, which is holding a Masters Thanksgiving tournament in honor of all turkeys.
Sunday afternoon, dinosaurs taking over Dan Dan Field, man. The plan, brews, barbecues, and ball. The league fixed the fence good enough to play some games, good enough to bring your own tables and shade. The dugouts, they're good enough. Grass mowed, chalk laid down, good for any Dan Dan fan, man. The score booth, it's been rebuilt. It's never looked better. A recycling marvel, built by the league themselves with no help. Well, sometimes there's help around. I'll take it in. Line up coming. Manamigos batting. Mark Tovas leads off the game with that hit up the middle against Red Torch. Mario Ogden, who umpired the girls' fast pitch the day before, rips a hit to left, sending Tovas over to third. Jeff Cabrera, liner down the line. Manamigos draw first blood or open the first can or whatever. Bill Ogden, rip city. Oh, it's booted out of play. Manamigos running around the bases. The defense holds two. That sinking liner snatched by Mario Ogden. Manamigos win easily. Fuji Sewell to the fence, which really isn't that bad. Well, it could go down a little lower to keep the ball from going into the land of brews and barbecues. Enter now legendary Mike Rock Guerrero as announcer, and the scene is complete for the one-of-a-kind Palau Softball League.
And John hits it to left, right, center, and it's gonna hit Poland for a double, stand-up double. 1 run will score. Runner goes back to third base. And he does not disappoint. It's back to left center. Same with John hits it, and the fielder makes a nice, Pauling, nice styling catch. The Wonder Twins come up with a nice style catch for the third out.
Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw.
Get your game and gear at Gold's Gym Saipan. Group exercise is a great way to get fit and then stay fit. For something high tempo, go for a ride with one of our instructors in our new spin room. Let's roll. Pilates improves flexibility, builds strength, and develops control and endurance in the whole human body. It also improves coordination and balance. And the Shake Cafe is a great place to stop by for a meal replacement or supplement. See you at Gold's Gym.
Traveling or laying over on Guam? Don't wait around. Zip into Guam Adventures at Zipline Park inside the Hilton Resort and Spa. Guides will take you through a series of zips, starting with a mountain course and then zip over the ocean with spectacular views of Tumon Bay. 6 zip lines in all deliver a thrilling experience, and it's family friendly, so bring the kids ages 6 and up. You'll love the security of double lines and a new braking system to make riding smoother. The towers are named after the islands in the Marianas. We call it the Island Hopper. Your guides will teach you what you need to know to soar through the jungle with a bird's eye view. Best of all, for residents of Saipan, Tinian, and Rota, you can book this experience at 20% savings. Log on to GuamAdventures.com and during checkout, use offer code HAFA20. Book it and zip it today. We'll even pick you up.
Today's high only 82, the low 73. Light rain at the airport, humidity 87%. Tomorrow, nice, real nice. How nice? Partly sunny northeast, trade winds 15 to 20 miles an hour, high 87, low 76. Seas 5 to 7 feet. Sunrise 6:21 in the morning. Low tide 8:24. High tide 3:37. Sunset at 5:53. That is your news, sports, and weather on a lovely Wednesday here in the Marianas. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you here back tomorrow night.